Finally getting around to the Nodus Sector GMT collaboration with the Pen Addict. This is from their design lab. I've worked with Nodus directly in the design lab and made my own Random Rob limited edition. Both these models have been sold out for a while now, but this one, I like the way they did it because they did basically a pre-order where you pay half up front, and I know some people don't like that. I kind of like that style because I don't have like a structured budget for buying watches. So if you can hook me with half down, which typically I can afford on these already affordable watches, and then I pay the other half whenever it's ready to ship, a couple months down the road. We split that payment up. This watch was only $475 to begin with, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I like that style personally, and I'm willing to wait. So let's get into this guy here. This is a pretty cool one. Obviously the orange drew me in, the poker chip style, bezel insert. Yeah, I like the poker chips. So, and the fact that it was a Pen Addict collaboration. I wouldn't say I'm a pen addict, but I could be persuaded to be. I'm going to look at the website a little bit more. I'll put a link down below to the Pen Addict website. Looks like they do a lot of reviews, and I think they even have a shop. The only expensive pen I have is this Mont Blanc. I don't even know what model it is, and I changed out the ink cartridge in it. But I did use it to write the notes for this video. Otherwise, I typically use this one, which was a gift from Exquisite. It's a labeled as a Glashut Original, but I don't know who the pen is. So any of you pen addicts out there, it seems like it's a pretty nice pen, but maybe you could tell me who makes this pen, because it does seem like a pretty decent one. Anyway, back to the watch. So case on this, and this is where the Sector does some trickery. The case is only 38 millimeter, but you can see the bezel overhangs the case. So case 38, bezel 40, the lug to lug 47, brushed on the side, polished, chamfered angles up top here with some more brushing, and then back to polish. Drilled lugs, of course, and then you have 12.7 millimeter thick. You have a slightly proud chamfered flat sapphire crystal up top, and then a solid case back on the back to show off that Pen Addict logo and some details about the watch. Also individually numbered. This is number 94 of only 120. I am a bit of a sucker for limited edition watches. There, I admit it, 100%. So if you give me orange from one of my favorite micro brands and it's a limited edition, I don't see how I can afford not to buy it. So that's what happened here. And then you split the payment up too. So, and yeah, I could have leveraged them for, a deal or something like that too, because I've worked with them so many times in the past. But at these price points, man, I just buy it. Like, it's not like, I want to support these brands too. Like, I don't get given all these watches. A lot of these watches I buy, not that you guys care, but lug opening here is 20 millimeter. And then the bracelet, which actually comes with, I put this strap on the watch, but this is the bracelet it comes with. And I think it came with a leather strap as well, but this bracelet tapers down really nice to 16. And then you have that Nodus clasp. What is the Nodus clasp? Well, you can see there's no micro adjust holes on the side, and you have those Frenched or concealed double pushers. You push those in, open it up, and then you have toolless on the fly quick adjust there with the Nodus branding. All you have to do is push that button down, and then you have, I believe, 6 millimeter of travel. And the one thing that I like about this, there's many things, but one thing I really like about this is the fact that when you lock it into its position, it doesn't ratchet in or out anymore. So like once you decide what position you want it in, it stays there. So like a lot of these on the fly ones, they'll ratchet tighter like a handcuff. People have told me that's how those work. And this one doesn't do that. So once you choose your position, you stay in that position. And then you have screw pins for the hardware, for the links. But yeah, the guys over at Nodus, Wes and Cullen, they came up with this clasp a while ago. So well done on that. There's a lot of different options out there with toolless micro adjust, but that is a pretty dang good one for sure. And then you have a 7.5 millimeter signed screw down crown, keeping, I think they labeled this one at 100 meter water resist. Yeah, it says 100 meter, but I don't think any of you guys are going to go that deep anyway, but literally their dive watch, and it has different specs, but this one's rated at 500, and then there's some that are rated at 200. It has some of the same parts. The gaskets might be different or something, but I'm guessing it can go deeper than 100 meter, but reality is none of you guys are even going to go that deep. But it is screw down, and I know a lot of you guys prefer that. So the bezel action, 60 click bi-directional, and it feels the same going in both directions, so it's nice and sturdy. But that's a good way to use it for a timing bezel. And then this is a GMT. It has the Seiko NH34, so it is a caller's GMT. What does that mean? So if we unscrew the crown here, you can see the color match date wheel at 6. So when you unscrew it, I can wind the movement here. I can go out one position, and don't freak out about the safety zone. It's been confirmed by others that the Seiko NH34s should not have the gear braking issue. So if you go in this position, if you go forward, you'll advance the 24-hour hand. If you spin the crown backwards, you'll see I will advance the date. That is the only two functions here that are happening with that position. And then if you come all the way out, it stops the seconds hand, and then you can adjust the 12-hour time as well as the 24-hour time. So that is why they call it a caller's GMT, because of the way you set it. A traveler's GMT would quick set the hour hand on the 12 o'clock side, but you lose the quick set on the date. So if you're like me and have like an embarrassing amount of watches and I don't keep them all running, if I just pick one up to go, I like to be able to set it quickly. The caller's GMT is going to be the way to go for that scenario. If you only have a couple watches, or you have a designated travel watch and you prep it and everything like that, then get the traveler's GMT for sure. But it's nice that we have options for both, and you have the options in both, in Japanese movements and Swiss movements. So there's options across the board for all of those. The strap I put on this is just a FKM rubber strap from Strap Habit. I just never got around to sizing the bracelet, and I like wearing these watches on the rubber strap. So I'll take off the Seiko Monster here that I was wearing, put this guy on my wrist so you can see what that looks like. Also, there was some mention in the ad, or the page on Nodus, that part of this project here, the benefits from the sales of these watches, went to St. Jude's, which is a great organization. So I didn't realize that when I bought it, quite frankly. It wouldn't have changed my mind, but anything that is donation based is also really cool. So looks and wears great, as I would expect from a Nodus Sector watch. Now let's do the lume. Should have, I think, BGW9, but being that it's an aluminum bezel insert, the lume on the bezel is going to be reserved to the 60 or the 12 o'clock mark. So there we go. Heavy application of BGW9, very legible day or night. Thanks for watching, guys. I know I went a little long on this one. I was just feeling talkative. I'll see you on the next one.